Yo, what's good? This is Soloist. So, as many of you heard, I went on Facebook and decided to post a status that said after the 420 show, I would no longer do shows. And that is looking like it's going to be the case. I have 2 shows that are currently pending that are supposed to go into the summer. However, if things cannot change, then there's no point in me putting these shows together. Okay. So, what's the issues that I've been facing lately? When I put a show together, it's basically me just running that. You know, I have help from security at the Do and Robin. Other than that, you know, I'm stuck running door, whoever I have for security, and that's basically it. Everything else comes out of my pocket. If I need someone there for sound, that comes out of my pocket. If I need a DJ there, that comes out of my pocket. Lights comes out of my pocket. Okay? So, you know, people say that our quality of shows have gone to a lower level. Well, yeah. If you really think about it, 3 years ago, people were charging $20.15 a ticket. Last year, it was $15.10. This year, it was 10 or 5. So we're lowering our prices to try and get more people in the door. Okay. Another complaint I'm hearing a lot about is artists wanting to get paid. I understand your struggle. Believe me, I do. I've heard about it for about 4 years. Before I was even doing shows, before I was even rapping at shows. Okay. I'm going to tell you this right now. I'm completely different than anybody that you guys have ever dealt with. If you guys can't touch pages with me or anything like that, then what can I do? I'm human just like you. Work the same amount of hours just like you. 60 plus. Okay? So, you know, me being solo, I don't have people that try to really reach out and help me with shows. I can bring this, and that's cool. I appreciate that. But if you're an artist and you're trying to get paid out here on shows, I'm going to tell you one thing and I'm going to tell you another. Okay, first off, promoters, if they do offer cash money for you to get out, it's anywhere from $50 to $100, depending on how many tickets you push. The thing is you also have to look at it like a salary pay. Okay, you're doing this much promotion to make this much money back, but money needs to go to the event too. Okay, you know, DJs, they run anywhere from 100 minimum to 1,000 maximum, depending on what you want. And some of them ain't DJs out here. Some of them, you can get the same amount of play out of an iPod. Okay, DJ slash host ain't cheap. Okay, you guys want that crisp, clear sound? That ain't cheap either. You guys want lights? That ain't cheap. Okay, at the end of the day, with just those 3 things, $600 minimum. Okay, so with me spending $600 minimum, how does that make me feel when I strike out so many multiple times? It's ridiculous. Okay, when I get the supplies to do the stuff, and then I tell everybody that I have the supplies, but nobody hits me up, that's annoying. Because it means I just spent a bunch of money on flyers and tickets And at the end of it, it don't mean nothing because it ain't getting pushed. So that's my frustration. That's where it's coming from. You know, and the fucked up thing is it's a pissing competition. That's all I see anymore is a pissing competition. Oh, your team's doing this. Fuck your team. Oh, your team's doing that. Fuck your team. But what's really fucked up is from an outsider's view looking in, like myself, y'all have talent. Y'all have creative capabilities. But y'all on that I don't fuck with you shit. Anybody that I've done a show with or that I've fucking touched bases with on doing shows, y'all could have told me to fuck off a long time ago. You didn't. So when you don't tell me to fuck off and you say, yeah, I'm gonna do this show and yada yada yada, it ain't for free. You know, you gotta put promo out there. It's not up to me to build your career for you. Okay, I'm already putting the money out there for the show. All you have to do is promote the show. I know, real tough. But I can't keep doing this. You know, this is money that my family could be using to eat. Me not turning a profit, or even so much as breaking even, ain't worth it. Now, y'all can assume that this is directed at whoever or whatever because this is Drama Falls. But it ain't. Because everybody's doing the same shit. And that's real. Everybody is doing the exact same shit. You turn this into a pissing competition. And y'all have the same dreams, goals, and movements too. That's the really, really ironic, funny part. Y'all have the same goals and dreams, movements, all that. But y'all want to turn it into a pitching competition. Oh, I'm better than you, motherfucker. I'm better than you. No, you ain't. If you cannot disconnect yourself from the bullshit around you and focus on what you are doing as an artist and what your plans are for this year, you ain't different than nobody. That's why I say what I say. You know, everybody's all like, oh, my movement's the hottest this year. Why are you still focused on 2015? That shit's over. 2016 is right around the corner. You need to already have something ready for 2016. But everybody looks at me like I got a second head growing out, like I don't know what I'm talking about. You know, me having these strikeouts doesn't make me feel good about throwing shows, period. Makes me feel like I'm letting the alumni down. My movement, my chapter, my family. So that's basically it. You know, you can't expect me to run these shows by myself and then have no artist touch bases with me. Can't use work as an excuse because I work just as much as the next man and still I manage to get your guys' materials and everything plus. I can't keep working myself to the bone if nobody else is going to work themselves to the bone. That's basically what it boils down to. You know, I've canceled quite a bit of my projects. Impenetrable Silence won't come out at the end of December like I had it planned because of funding. So I put my own career as an artist on hold to try and breathe some life into hip hop again. But why should I put myself on hold for your guys' career? It don't make no sense. Normally I'm a very selfless person. But after lack of respect, pretty much getting told to go fuck myself subliminally, your actions speak louder than your words. That's real. So, until further notice, I ain't gonna be doing no more shows. The last show that I'm committed to is the 420 show. If these other 2 shows do pend out, I'm gonna reach out to completely different people. And if I continue to do shows, there's gonna be contracts involved. You know, y'all did this, not me. So, you want to work on a show, that's cool. But you got to have a minimum of tickets that you're going to sell. You want to make money, you can make money after that. We can talk, we can touch base, whatever. But y'all need to realize a lot of money goes into events. It needs to be made back. Okay? I'm here to help any artist that wants to be productive and shit. Like, it is what it is. I'm only human. I drop the ball just like everybody else. But at the same time, if you can't communicate, you ain't doing any better than I am. And that's real. You know, everybody talks about getting tired of becoming closer. You know, how their movement needs to stand out. Well, talking about it ain't gonna make it stand out. I've lost a lot of sleep, a lot of money, and I'm losing a lot of love to try and keep this running. And it's becoming something that, honestly, I pretty much hate. And it's just the ungratefulness of it. You know, no promoters work together to bring a huge act here. No artists work together to make sure an event comes out clean. It hasn't happened in years. The bottom line is, 420 show don't work out, I ain't got a choice. I gotta do what's best for my family, for myself, and for my career as an artist. I appreciate any artist that has come out and actually done 100. Done what they're supposed to do. Understands what I'm talking about. And is on the same page as me. I don't need to shout you out because you know who you are. We've had the conversations. A lot of people knew that this was going to be coming from me. Also, if you're an artist and you think that you should be paid to be on a flyer, but you don't do the promo and you don't do the work, and you may have crowd control or whatever, but I'm telling you right now, until you put money back into yourself as an artist, you ain't gonna go nowhere. That's another thing that promoters will tell you everywhere. I'm probably the most lightweight promoter. I can't even call myself a promoter. But that's what promoters are going to tell you everywhere. Even when you do sell tickets and shit. You want to make the most out of your money, you need merch. You need merch. Hands down. So, that's my complaining. Again, I really ain't got nothing more to explain. I mean, it really is what it is. There's money that goes into events. Promoters, whoever puts on that event needs to make it back. If they don't, then this kind of stuff happens. If you're on a team, the team should be willing to work with you, touch bases, help you promote, etc., etc., etc. Instead, I'm the lone soloist, promoting by myself with a couple of artists that do give a shit. But it's few and then some. And that few that gives a shit, even if they are working up to proportion, why should they carry the dead weights? So, yeah. Again, 420 show will be the last show. Unless things change. Deuces. Alumni up.